revolution now. Today we're gonna be reviewing a freaking punk rock classic, a freaking classic punk rock album, Patti Smith's Horses. Normally I review albums from 2019, but today I'm reviewing a classic punk rock album from the 70s at the request of... Sorry, I forget his name, I have to check. Nurlash Karki, a freaking punk revolutionary. He's on my team to support the punk revolution. So yeah, normally I review albums from the 2019, from the current year, or whatever. But today I'm reviewing a classic at the request of our good friend Karki. I prefer to review contemporary music because I think the music industry is in a critical state where the music industry is destroying artists, and it's up to us, the punk revolutionaries, to save it because the music industry is evil. But I'm gonna review this classic, and I have zero problem reviewing it whatsoever because this album is extremely important for punk rock. This is a punk rock centric YouTube channel. And this album is insanely important for punk. So I'm very happy to be able to review it. Hold on, I got food on the stove, making sure it's okay. Yes, everything's good. Anyways, Patti Smith's Horses. Why am I so crazy about this album? I think there's a lot of reasons, but number one is basically, if you don't know what punk rock is, if you don't know what punk is, you can be punk anything. If you don't know what punk is, you should listen to this album, and it's gonna teach you the definition of punk. This album is the fucking definition of punk. This album was fucking punk before punk even fucking existed. It fucking is so important for punk rock. Okay? A lot of people think punk rock is about being hard and scary and anti-whatever. And yes, it's true, it's a little bit about being anti, but it's not necessarily about being hard. You can be anti, you can be punk, you can be fucking revolutionary with some beautiful jazzy vocals, with some beautiful piano, with some beautiful singing poetry. Okay? These are things people don't normally associate with punk, but here is Patti Smith defining, creating the essence of punk with this album. One of the proto-punk albums. One of the albums that fucking helped invent punk. She is doing all of this using these beautiful sounds, these poetry, these stories, telling these wonderful fucking stories through her music. And that is fucking punk. That is way more punk than any bullshit you're gonna hear in 2019. Looking at you, fucking pup. You're fucking non-punk bullshit. Patti Smith is real fucking punk, okay? And that's just how it is, okay? Every single one of her fucking songs is a fucking artistic piece of an artistic achievement, okay? Every song, it just tells a fucking story. And I don't mean in a literal sense where the lyrics tell a story, although often they do. I mean in a sense where the music just evolves and you move with it, and the vocal delivery is just so powerful and beautiful, and you're just sitting there the whole time, following Patti Smith's vocal delivery through the wonderful punk rock arrangements with the organs and the guitar. And as she just goes through it, it just builds up, and just the punk energy is just pounding through the fucking music. And it gives you chills because it's so beautiful. Punk rock can be beautiful, and this album shows that. This album shows this, that punk can be beautiful, and at the fundamental level is beautiful. Okay? Punk at the fundamental level is beautiful, and that is an incredibly important thing to know. And that's why this album is so important, is because it demonstrates that punk, what is fucking punk? Punk is not about being ugly. Punk is fucking beautiful. Okay? Punk is fucking revolutionary. This album is fucking revolutionary. This album has revolutionary energy just pulsing through it the entire time. And if you don't know what that is, and that's just the beautiful thing, is if you don't know what that means, listen to this album. It's beautiful and revolutionary and punk as fuck. If you listen to this album and you don't think it's punk, you don't know what punk is, redefine your definition of punk, because this album is fucking punk. All right, so that's all I got to say. Great album, a classic. If you haven't listened to it and you want to learn more about punk, check it out. Classic 1970s New York City punk. I fucking love New York City punk. I love New York City. I'm from New York City. I live in New York City. See, look, out the window, it's New York City. This is New York City punk. Extremely influential album, has influenced artists such as Sonic Youth, REM, also known as REM, U2, I guess, The Smiths, just like fucking every artist. Okay, Punk Revolution now. Bye!